Hello and welcome into the Sporting Pod, along with Tony Allegretti and Emerson Burris. I'm Cole Pepper. Coming up today on the pod, the men's team working in the preseason, what to expect from the USL Championship squad. The women continue a homestand, still atop the table, and we move into a new era in our Premier League Challenge. We are fed by the Bearded Pig, locally owned and operated with the original location in San Marco. Make sure you swing by the Bearded Pig for great barbecue and great times. Still same old era for the pig.
Yes.
All right. We are recording this on a rainy, damp, chilly Thursday morning at the Gemstone Media Studios.
Mm-hmm.
It's not damp in the studios, but outside. Emerson and I just had a whirlwind trip down to Bradenton, Florida, the greater Sarasota-Bradenton area, where the men were working at IMG Academy. And we're going to hear from a couple of the players just to start to introduce you to some of the guys on the squad. But I want to talk a little bit about what was going on down there. I have known about IMG for years, of course.
Yeah.
I had never been to the campus. First of all, let me just tell you, unbelievable campus. I mean, this place, Tony.
Like in a bad way?
No.
Oh, no, sorry.
Phenomenal facilities.
Yeah.
And it's so good that it just, the high school athletes, high school age athletes anyway, they operate outside of the FHSAA, but that are churned out every year in almost every sport is
Right.
just unbelievable. It's amazing. Football, baseball, basketball, you name it, soccer. But the draw for a lot of teams is because they have all these fields and all these facilities and locker rooms and space, and of course,
Purpose built for what we're doing there.
in so many ways.
Yep.
So I may miss a team here, but here's who I saw while we were down there. We saw the Montreal Impact. We saw New England Revolution. Saw the new NWSL side from Boston Legacy.
Right, yeah.
Saw Rhode Island FC from the USL Championship, Detroit City FC.
Didn't we see them on the field also?
Those two we saw on the field, yeah. Well, we'll get into that in here in just a moment. But great to see.
Quick anecdote. My best buddy and attorney is he grew up in Sarasota, went to high school at it was a Catholic high school, I think, and it was the high school version at the time. IMG was like tennis,
Right.
and
Started
so
Nick Bollettieri and all that,
so his graduating class, I think he was valedictorian. I don't want to get in trouble, but anyway,
Let's claim it.
Yeah, let's claim it. But he graduated with like Jim Courier and Michael Chang and whatever. But it was like, yeah.
Speaking of Michael Chang, oh my gosh,
What?
this is
Oh
so
my God,
great.
yes.
Yesterday was National Girls and Women in Sports Day, and my mom used to work for Sprint, and she traveled to the Super Bowl and tennis tournaments and so on and so forth. And I said, hey, Mom, can you send me a few pictures? Like, I'd like to give you a little shout out too for paving the way and all the things. And she sent me a picture with him.
That is so weird because there's like the world is small, but and also just so weirdly webbed. I don't know that I've said the two words Michael Chan together, since I heard that he graduated high school.
That's crazy.
Yeah, that's amazing.
Yeah. By the way, we'll have another kind of small world
shout out
moment
Michael
coming
Chan.
up.
We definitely when we post this, we have to hashtag Michael Chan.
Oh yeah,
Yes,
let him know.
of course.
All right, Michael, you made it. Congratulations,
Yes.
big moment
You're
for
now
you.
famous.
You've made it onto the Sporting Pod. So far, as we sit here, the games, preseason closed door games against Rhode Island FC and Detroit City FC. So an opportunity to sort of measure yourself a bit. There'll be some more closed door games coming up in the preseason for Sporting JAX, and then one open door where fans can come out. That'll be on the 21st of February against Charleston Battery. But Emerson, I kind of want to get your take on what we saw down there, and having a chance to speak with some of the guys and start to get a little bit of a flavor for what this team's going to be all about.
Yeah, I also second what you said about the campus. It was so cool. Like, I tried to picture myself there in high school. Like, that would just be an insane experience. So that was really cool. I really like South Florida. It's much different than Jacksonville. I told you, I was like, yeah, I could move here. But I did a sit down with Brem Suomayoro for the TV show. I know you did a sit down with Kieran Sadlier for the radio show, and then got to watch a game, do some post-game interviews. It was nice to see the men in action. Got a few goals, which is exciting. Yeah, I thought it was a good trip.
I will say as well, Tony, and I'll let you, if you have any questions that you want to lob this way about what we saw, I'll open that up. Still 5 or 6 guys who have not come over, waiting on final visa approvals. And so there are some guys playing in some different positions and playing different roles, or playing, and again, making substitutions at the midway point. I thought a very connected team so far for this point in the preseason. I mean, basically, you're talking about 2 weeks of work so far. Not a finished product by any stretch of the imagination, but certainly along the right path, and that's a real positive.
You want to see those signs of gelling. That's good, And I've only watched maybe 20 minutes of them out at JU for a little bit, but I was also struck. And I recognized a couple academy players, which was, I had no idea that we were having them. But that speaks to that depth. While we wait for folks, these guys may not get minutes on the first team. But I was really impressed with everything I saw. The speed was phenomenal. Like, this is something I think Jacksonville's really been missing since we've had pro football.
Well, I will say this too, and the last time I was on the field watching from that close of a vantage point, professional soccer game, was the Armada when they were in the NASL,
right? And
that was a smaller team. This is a big team. Not there's some height, but also some muscle.
Yeah,
and it is a different game than the women play.
They're so loud.
Yes.
Like, the girls talk, and I get to be on the sidelines, so I hear that. But I was sitting in the stands. It was the first row, but you can hear them screaming, and they're also a little bit rude to the refs compared to the women's side.
They
so
better watch out on that.
They definitely speak their mind.
That's awesome.
Both sides.
I think that's a good note, though, on our women too. They're not that vocal.
No.
No. But I think half of that might be, like, I think of just the middle of Sophie Jones and how her head is always on a swivel. She knows where she's going to pass it before she gets it. So there's some of that, and maybe because it's early days, these guys are letting people know where they're going to be and what they're doing. And so that's awesome. That's cool.
It was loud and very physical as well. Now, Detroit City also has a bit of a reputation, who they faced on Wednesday, of playing very direct. Their pit, you've been up there and seen their pitch. It's pretty tight, and so
it was built in like 1930.
Yeah, so it's a pretty they have a particular style, and it's already been ingrained in that club as they've come up through the ranks. Sporting JAX is still establishing that personality,
right?
But certainly some positive things to take out of it. Don't want to give too much in terms of detail, but I do want to let you hear from a couple of the players and a couple of guys who have goal-scoring backgrounds. First one we're going to hear from is Jacob Evans, who has moved his way up. This is his first time in the USL Championship, and an opportunity for him to show what he has done at the lower levels, where he has been a goal scorer. Had a chance to do that as well on Wednesday. But I asked him about the kind of work that the team was getting going away, and being able to spend time with one another as they are developing this personality for the team. Here's what he said.
We see each other every day, obviously, at training ground, but opportunities like this where you're just around the boys 24/7 is it's important.
How about the competition? You've had a couple of other USL Championship teams now. Some games. What have you thought so far?
Yeah, I mean, it's a jump up from what I'm used to. But yeah, the level's good. I mean, obviously it's pre-season, so it's too early to tell right now. But I think we're at the level. I don't think we're too far off right now. I think for a new team, we've made a good start, and I think 2 decent performances.
You probably don't use results as much to judge in the preseason, do you, as the performance specifically, to see how the steps you're taking. How do you judge these preseason games?
Yeah, I think especially like the first and second game, I think it's more just about getting the minutes in, building relationships with the guys around you. It's not so much about results, but we've had good moments in both of the games, so we're just looking for moments like that.
It's preseason for our audio guy as well, as you could tell there. I apologize. Windy as well down there. There was a moment, by the way, toward the end of the game, and as we were getting ready to do some interviews, where every bird in Sarasota decided to fly overhead.
Yeah.
And
you had a flyover.
We had a flyover from several planes as well.
Yeah, it was kind of cool.
Yeah.
We saw so many planes.
Yeah. So a little bit of everything there. So I don't know if either one of you have a particular takeaway from that, but just hearing him talk about when you spend that much time with these guys, I mean, you're building some very important relationships that can carry from off the field to on.
Yeah, I think that's hard to do if you're not in that kind of situation either, right? You're going to be on the training field a lot and at the training table, et cetera. But to be, like he said, we'll call him Jake and Bake. We having that 24/7, sort of way to get to know each other is very good.
Yeah, no doubt about it. That's a real positive. So let's also hear from Ahmad Alkak, who is really enjoyed talking with him. He has played in the USL Championship, 24 appearances with North Carolina FC last year. He's one of the NCFC
departures.
Rescues.
Right.
He's also played internationally for Palestine. Played, his parents are Palestinian and went to North Carolina. Degree in neuroscience and an MS as well, master's in science, postgraduate as well. So
Didn't Paige Kenton?
I was about to say, don't we have a neuroscience?
Yes.
Maybe they need to be friends.
We are nerding out.
We are.
That's amazing.
And by the way, I think I have been very impressed with his finishing.
Yeah.
He did not score a goal for North Carolina last year, but boy, he looks like somebody who's going to be able to
got
be
a little nose for it.
Yeah, got a nose for it for sure. And I asked him some of the same questions about what it is that this trip down to IMG affords the team.
Yeah, I mean, so we had maybe a week in Jacksonville, and then here is more, you're seeing the guys almost 24/7. The only time you're not is when you're closing your eyes to sleep. But it just creates team bonding. We have multiple sessions a day, so we're working on the tactics, getting know each other. A lot of us are playing different positions. We're just trying to figure everything out. We're still a young team and everything.
What can you do to, I don't know, if accelerate or improve those relationships that you're building, especially just that interconnectivity on the pitch? Can you improve those without being on the pitch? Can you?
Yeah, no, 100%. I think that's probably where most of the connection comes, is off the field, sitting in the eating room, chilling together in the hotel rooms, playing card games, just getting to know each other off the field. Because a lot of the personalities off the field, they come back onto the field, and it helps us as a team just to gel better, especially as a new club. So we need to be doing that as much as possible, especially in these early weeks.
What do you think of the competition you've had in these couple of games you've had down?
It's good. 2 tough teams, 2 good games. The conditions today were much better, much windier first game. But, I mean, it's very good for a team that's been together only 10 days. And, hopefully we keep on building. Good, very good moments. A couple off moments that led to goals. Like Jacob said, some really good goals from the other teams that you really can't do much about. But I think the more we play, the more we practice, we'll just keep getting better. Hopefully by March 7th, we're good to go.
All right, there you go. Ahmad Alkak, number 11 in your scorebook.
Number 1 in our hearts.
Number 1 in your hearts. By the way, another "this is a small world" moment here.
My roommate.
He knows Michael Chang. No.
No, my roommate Avery went to high school with him in North Carolina.
Great.
Isn't that crazy? Yeah.
Your roommate.
My roommate.
Wow.
Yeah. And when the roster was being announced and she pays attention to the social media, she goes, I think I know a guy on the team. And I was like, no way. Oh my gosh. She was like, yeah, I went to high school with him.
Incredible.
So I think they exchanged DMs and they were good friends. So funny.
It is remarkable all the time, the connections in the game.
Warburton's so good. He's finding people that we're comfortable with.
Yes,
Yep.
that's right.
This is awesome.
Yeah. So anyway, Tony, so
the magic hat.
Your right. Your takeaway from hearing those two players and their conversations. I chose. They were brief interviews for the most part, 3 or 4 minutes with each of them. But I just wanted to play a little bit so we can start to get a sense of who these guys are.
You're amazing at these questions too, right? Because those are like, those aren't.
It's kind of his job.
It is true. Yeah, it's just like this is the best podcast ever. But like these guys, both of these guys, they really they sound up for it. We're the USL Championship's been around for 20 years or whatever. This is not a new league. This is not an experiment. This is a stable, amazing thing that we're expanding into, and it's a lot of fun. But having that energy, or hearing that energy from people that are new to JAX, and I just hope that all these guys kind of fall in love with this city like our women's team has, right? Or our community. And I'm just so amped for March 7th. I can't even explain it.
That's the regular season opener. A reminder that you can get your men's season tickets now. More than 4,400 seats at Hodges Stadium are priced at $20 or less per match, offering unmatched value across the stadium. Pricing is simple, transparent, and fan-first with no added ticketing fees at checkout beyond state taxes. 20% of as a season ticket member, you get 20% off official Sporting JAX merchandise, an interest-free payment plan, and our ticket exchange program to make sure that you get all the value you can for the games, even those you cannot attend. So please go to sportingjax.com or call 904-863-KICK to get your season tickets today.
I'm really proud that we make these tickets as accessible as possible, but I'll also say, too, there's probably fans that really have to stretch to make it happen, and I'm so grateful for them, too. But when they get to Hodges, especially, the women's team, I can't speak for the men yet, right, because we haven't played, but it's such a good atmosphere. It's such a good experience. It's only a couple hours, so you can fit it in and don't have to mess up an entire day. It can be a nice dessert for your day. And that match I'm really excited about the 7th as well, because it's at 3 p.m. kickoff, which I think is just going to be brilliant. Like, I think that's going to be a lot of fun. I think we're going to see a lot of people.
I think so, too. All right, let's move on to the women's team, Tony.
Yes.
Coming off a 1-0 win over Carolina Ascent on a brutally cold, windy, and miserable day.
Yeah.
It was so bad that Emerson didn't even leave the house.
Yep.
It was. Emerson was like, "What?" She was under the weather.
Double ear infection.
Oh man!
Yeah,
it snowed.
Tony has great snow video.
Yeah.
Snow place like home.
Yes.
And what a gutsy performance! I don't think this, by any stretch, was the most artistic.
No, it was not our game.
It wasn't our game.
We stole it.
Yeah.
Not to be fair, I talked to Stacy a little bit about that. Like,
sometimes
we
you got to do
one.
that.
Yeah.
And great moment with Jesse Hunt with a little spin move and a step over and left-footed cross in. Paige Kenton heads it down, and Jade Pennick right there to put it away. And
like a half volley too. Like she nailed it.
All class there from the veteran English woman, and sets up a matchup on Saturday against DC Power. That is a 5:00 kickoff. That game will be seen on Channel 4, and want you to come out as well to see the first place Sporting JAX women's team. They're in the midst of 3 matches in 12 days. On Wednesday, they'll play Spokane Zephyr for the first time. So a big pivotal time, starting the second half with 3 straight home matches. You'd love to get 9 points out of that. That would be enormous. But in order to get 9, you got to get 6.
Yeah, I mean, you can't look ahead in this league for sure. I just I keep the fingers crossed, and we've shown so much heart so far. We just got to keep it rolling. Got some new players in.
Yes,
so
going to get to that. Yeah.
So
Casey Smeckrud, who got the start on the right wing, very well timed considering Caroline Murray's been dealing with an injury, and then we also saw Maggie Illig get her first opportunity with Sporting JAX, a former college teammate of Meg Hughes and Caitlin Parks at Michigan State. and all were able to contribute in one way or another. And we continue, Emerson, to see players coming off the bench making a difference. We mentioned Jesse Hunt, who now listen, when you sub off the league's leading goal scorer and put in a player, you think, boy, I hope this is the right thing.
Stacy's doing something right.
Boy, she's hitting all the right
She's
buttons.
so smart.
Yeah.
It blows me away every week. And speaking of Casey, we talked the other day after training, and she said, I couldn't feel my feet at all in the last game. So I bet they're looking forward to some warmth this weekend against Stacy.
Well, she's not as cold, but it's still going to be chilly, I think.
Yeah. I think it'll be much better
like
conditions.
50s?
Oh, yeah.
Maybe.
Oh, so I
at
might
the
need
beginning
a
of the
coat.
game, you might bring a coat.
All right.
The wind, I don't think will be nearly as much of a factor. It was blowing 30 plus.
Oh gosh,
ridiculous
on Saturday, and I listen for somebody who has lived in Jacksonville for almost 30 years. Tony, as a Florida native, you get like that cold. No, thank you. I want to pass on that. Hard pass. So, all right, let's remind you that you can get more on Sporting JAX this weekend. Saturday, NBC 12, the Sporting JAX Report, and then every Tuesday nights at 6 on 1010XL. It's the Coaches Show. We have Sporting JAX players, as well as Stacey Balaam, Liam Fox, Mark Warbert, and others join us. We hear from Emerson each week. It's the Coaches Show, 1010XL, Tuesday nights at 6. All right, let's get into our Premier League contest. We move into a new era. So we need to decide how we're handling Mauricio on this because...
Well, I'm going to surpass him at some point.
Right. Yeah. So when we get down to it, I don't think it's going to be a factor. However, we might have to circle back if his winning percentage is a certain thing, but we'll see.
Okay.
Right, 9, 6, and 5 for Mauricio. He is in second place, 32 points. Emerson, 8, 6, and 6, 30 points.
You got a winning record.
Tony and I both 12, 4, and 4, 40 points. Everybody won last week. I had Chelsea over West Ham, Emerson and Tony had Sunderland over Burnley, and Bournemouth over Wolves for Mauricio. It's the first time everybody has had a win since the Saturday after Thanksgiving.
Wow.
Yeah. So
go us.
Way to finish strong on the final episode with Mauricio.
Good job.
So I will leave it up to you to start us off, Tony.
So I don't think I've picked Leeds twice yet.
You have not.
All right, I'll take them.
All right.
Who are they playing?
I forget.
Okay.
I don't know if I just remember it was Leeds. I was either going to take Leeds
They're playing Forest.
Yeah.
Tomorrow.
Yeah, that's a toss-up. I want to give you guys a little chance.
Thank you.
Oh, that's what he's doing.
The other one, just so that you know that I would have, but I know it's going to be a lock, is Brighton's going to win.
All right.
So
I thought so too.
I'll just give you that one.
Well, I've already chosen Brighton twice, so I can't do that.
Yeah.
However, what I can do is take Man U over Spurs. This is the second time I will have taken Man U. They let me down back in November, but I'm going to give them another chance to win my favor.
Yeah.
And so Man U over Spurs. So Emerson?
I'm going with Chelsea over Wolves.
Yeah.
I like that.
And then I will be done with Chelsea.
Yes, and I have picked Chelsea twice. That was another one I looked at. They went, can't do that one. As you know, for everybody, longtime listeners of the pod, we can only pick the same teams twice. Now, we've got about 12, 13, 14 matches left, depending on which side we're talking about.
So much time for me to come back.
Yeah, but you have to manage those twice. You got to find a time to pick some of those lesser teams. So that could get interesting as we get down to it. Now we've come to the portion of the podcast where Tony breaks format.
Oh, yeah. So sign-ups are live for our Foundation's free soccer clinics at Kip Bold City. We start on Valentine's Day and roll all the way through the end of March. We are going to have our Boys and Girls Club programming start immediately after. Those will probably be Tuesday afternoons, but I'm also working on extending that for pickup games. Adults that would like to play will go into the night, and I'll probably do a couple tournaments, but that's on the very professional, amazing futsal mini pitch that we installed in Arlington.
Beautiful.
Yes.
I got something.
Okay, go.
Since not everyone can see me, I'll tell you what I'm wearing on this wonderful Thursday. I'm wearing a Team USA shirt because tomorrow is the opening ceremonies for the Winter Olympics.
Yes.
So I have a question for each of you. What is your favorite Winter Olympic sport?
I like curling a lot.
Love curling.
Okay.
But if I need to pick something different than Tony, I would say luge.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I could also go for a bobsled. 4-man.
Yes.
More of a 4-man guy.
Okay.
Yeah.
I like figure skating,
Of course.
Okay,
I mean, that's
yeah.
obviously,
yeah.
and snowboard.
Snowboard's good.
Pretty cool.
Yeah.
snowboard is. I'm. This is just old grumpy guy. Snowboard was not a thing when I was a kid, and so I know people who snowboard. I ski, and so I have friends who snowboard, and obviously they're not doing those kind of tricks and everything that they're doing. I don't. I have a hard time connecting with that.
Yeah.
Too much too X gamesy maybe for me.
Yeah, it's very sizzly. When you're it's kind of a race, but they're doing tricks and all that.
Yeah.
That's kind of like, wait, what are we doing?
I will
here?
say this though, one of the great things about the Olympics, and this goes back to years ago in ABC, before Emerson was around.
I was going to
was
say
broadcasting
before I was born.
the Olympics, and they would do these things, these vignettes called Up Close and Personal, and this is sort of what we try to do a little bit on the Sporting JAX report with the player features. But it was a way to get to know these people and understand about what their journey has been like and how they have prepared themselves for the biggest moment. And when you talk about the Olympics, and I think you can make the same case in some regards for the World Cup, once every 4 years, you have a chance to have that moment.
Yeah.
And whether it was, and I'm going to give those of you who don't know these players, these athletes, I'm going to give you a couple names just to look up. These are not mainstream sports necessarily, but if you look up Eric Heiden, speed skater, if you look up Bonnie Blair, another speed skater, these are two great American stories of what to overcome and have those great moments, and that is what at a young age, not just the Olympics, but sports in general, and seeing what people accomplished in the face of adversity is really what drew me in to sports and what has led me here to be sitting here
That's
today.
great. I mean, we got your Genesis story.
He sort of is.
Eric Heiden is now an orthopedic surgeon.
Yeah, he was.
Utah.
He was also a competitive cyclist. At one
wow.
point. Great, unbelievable athlete, really. And there are others that names are escaping me at the moment, but that have been not even American athletes that have kind of grabbed, the attention. There was a cross country skier from Norway a few years ago. Somebody's probably shouting it at the thing right now.
Overcome it all.
And it's just these amazing.
Speaking of overcoming, I can't wait to see what Lindsey Vonn can do. I mean, she's competing with a torn ACL.
Yeah, that's incredible.
Speaking of women in sports, she's just amazing.
Yeah, I don't even know how you do that.
I don't know either.
It's pretty remarkable. So we'll mention the Olympics, of course. The all time soccer won't come around to the Summer Olympics here in a couple of years, but it's certainly going to be something that.
Oh, I have something else. I'm so sorry.
Go ahead. No, you do that while I'm looking up this
Okay.
guy's name, who I can't believe I can't remember.
So a few teams are announcing where they're going to be staying this summer for the World Cup and where their camps are going to be. England and Argentina are both going to be in Kansas City, my hometown, obviously. And England is staying 2 minutes from my house, from my parents' house.
Let's
Isn't that
stalk
cool?
them.
I think we should.
Yes.
I might need to make a trip home. See
Jude
if
Bellingham.
I was going to say I need to meet him.
He'd be the one to meet for sure.
Yeah, so that's
well.
pretty cool.
Also Pickford, for obvious
Obviously.
reasons.
Yeah. So maybe my mom will see
England's
some of the players
number
on her
one.
walk.
You'll never sing that. Awesome.
Yeah, really cool.
I have only been to one. I think I've only been to one Olympic event ever, and that was in '96. USA played Argentina, in who were obviously heavily favored in the early round, and Claudia Reina scored a banger left-footed volley to put us up 1-0, and I went way too nuts about that, and we ended up losing 3-1. But it was it's burned in my brain.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's definitely
It was
on
in
my bucket
Birmingham,
list.
which was a weird spot.
Yeah.
Interesting.
But anyway.
All right. Well, my search has been derailed by this page not responding.
Darn.
So I'll
Next week.
Next
Yeah,
week.
yes.
I'll-
Ooh, a cliffhanger. Nice.
Tune in next week to find out who the heck was Cole listening to or thinking about back in the day. Here we go. This is great. This is such amazing radio / podcast
Yes.
when you're sitting here scrolling to figure out who it is that he was talking about. I want to say, I have to look at it.
Okay.
Poor Chris.
I'll put. Sorry, Chris. We'll wrap it up
Well, these guys have
for
lunch.
everybody.
Yeah.
I know. Yeah, it's going to be dinner by the time we finish things up. All right, that'll do it for this installment of the Sporting Pod. Please share with your soccer fan friends. Let's continue to grow the community around Sporting JAX and around the game here in Jacksonville. For Tony Allegretti and Emerson Burris, I'm Cole Pepper. Thanks so much for listening to
The Sporting Pod.
Come to the tailgate.
Whoop, whoop.